Open up for questions.
John, can you talk a little bit again about the way that Andrew here like tonight, kind of like what he's done over 5 games now?
Yeah, he's getting in the lane. Now he doesn't have a choice. If he doesn't get in the lane and he's not attacking, I'm taking him out, and he knows that. And he's starting to find out, wow, I'm really big, I'm really strong, and I'm really skilled. Aaron did the same today. Instead of settling for all jumpers, you saw him get in the lane and create shots for us and for himself. That's what those two, that's the difference. They're 6'6". They're big. They don't have to settle. They don't have to play slow. I think defensively it's the same thing. I thought Carl and Dakari were outstanding today. You know, the other guys all played pretty well, but those two stood out. Willie was, Willie was okay. I know you look, he's 4 for 4 and 4 rebounds, but he played 20 minutes. He could have, in my opinion, done more. But it was a good start to the game.
Cal, as good as Anthony was the minute he got here, we watched him get better and better and better over the course of the year. Does what Carl is doing right now sort of remind you of that?
I sat him down at the end. I said, you're making strides. Now, he had an offensive push-off because he didn't want to sit down. You have to understand, he's physically not near what he's going to be like in 2 or 3 years. He is an 18-year-old body physically. So there are times he tries to do everything up here, which leads to offensive fouls. There were a couple defensive breakdowns he had. But the reality of it is he's starting to be the best version of himself, but all of them are. And that's all I've been talking about. Let's not worry about all this clutter. Everybody's talking about this, that, and the other. Let's just be the best we can be. They're looking after each other. They have 25 assists. I mean, they're 6 guys in double figures. 2 other guys with 9, Trey and Willie. So it's what we want to be. And, we scored a lot, made a lot more shots than we normally do, but they also did. I mean, they made 11 threes. That's one of the things everybody says, to beat us, you're going to make threes. Well, they made 11. I think Mississippi made 12. I mean, maybe that's not the answer. I don't know, maybe it is. We've had teams out-rebound us. But when and again, we had a couple guys, I think Devin had 4 turnovers, probably had 3 or 4 too many turnovers, but in a game that fast, you're going to have a few extra.
You had talked about reestablishing dominance in the paint. How well do you think you guys did that?
Did good. What happens is it forces them to make choices. So are they going to try to front the post? Are they going to try to trap? If they do trap, are they trapping from a big guy? Are they trapping from a guard? Are they just going to dig? And then we had to play off of it, and we played well off of it. We kicked it out for threes. We kicked it out for drives. We posted the ball when the court was spread. Dakari, instead of slowly, he was down when he caught it so he could just raise up and shoot the ball. He rebounded and kept the ball above his head. And I thought Carl was doing the same things.
John, when you got here, this program was not in good condition, obviously. 3 Final Fours in 5 years. Top recruiting classes every year. Playing like tonight. How have you got this done?
Well, first of all, you got to have a lot of families have trust that we have their child and give us that opportunity to coach them and help them reach their dreams. Their dreams become our dreams. We sit on the same side of the table as them. And then the second thing is, when they get here, they got to know we're about them, because there's no way they'll share. I don't care what you're in, what business you're in, team, program, us, we're going to do this. Everyone within that organization is going to want to know what's in it for me. I'll do all this, but what's in it for me? Well, these kids know what's in it for them. I think that trust is a big part of it. And then, we've got an administration here that understands that these kids have done well academically. They make us proud in our community. They leave us and make us proud in the other communities. They've learned servant leadership. And if we have a turnover and every once in a while have a bad year, NIT lose to Robert Morris, it's going to happen when you have this kind of turnover. Now, would I rather coach kids for 4 years? Yeah. It'd be better for me. I don't think it'd be better for them to stay 4 years. But I would say, if you ask me, it starts with families. And I said, we went, after that first year, when I figured out what in the world do we have here, the first year, went from the business of basketball to the business of helping families. And then it all took off, because we made it about them.
Coach Guy, how important was it for your defense to stop Auburn's top 3 scorers, Bowers?
That was the whole idea was, you got to be on these 3. And they can score, and they can score in bunches, and they did. I mean, you know, Mason had 29. Could have had more. Harrell had 17. I mean, those 2 can play with anybody in our league. And when they felt they could get baskets and they got into a comfort level, they made shots. If you didn't guard them, they were going to make shots. I've watched them against Mississippi, had them beat. They beat LSU. I watched all their tapes. They've been in every game they played and had a chance to win every game until this one. So, you know, we got them pretty good today. You know, they hit us on a tough day. We were working on all cylinders and really guarding, but it was, you know, Marcus Lee gets 6, so basically the 9 guys that are playing all got 6 or more. Crazy. 25 assists. Crazy. Wait a minute. Why aren't they playing for themselves? They're playing for each other. They all got each other's back, and the reason they can do that is because they know we have their back individually. I got you. Just be about each other, and it's been fun.
Cal, was this closer to Michigan, Marcus Lee tonight?
He did some good stuff. He did some good stuff. I'm proud of him. He's getting better. How about Willie making jumpers? I mean, he's in the gym working, shooting in the game, trying to get Trey to catch and shoot more 1-dribble pull-ups. It's what he is. You know, like I said, this is a good team. We got to, you know, now we got to go on the road. We can say, oh, it's Mississippi State. Really? They had Arkansas down at half and lose by 4. They had Mississippi down 10 in the first half, end up losing by 6, I believe. Now we're coming to town. Do you think it'll be a T-shirt day? A white out, a maroon out? It's going to be something. Black out, something. So we got another tough one coming up.
Now, when you talk about the 25 assists and Andrew gets 9 of them, when he's distributing the ball like you want, how can take
It's not distributed. He's attacking and getting in the lane. He's getting in the lane. When he gets in the lane, because one, he can make shots, he can make free throws, and he's a great passer. He plays on instinct. He's unbelievable. I want he and his brother to do it more. If they don't attack, if they jog it up or they catch it and hold the ball, I'm taking them out. I don't even care if they turn it over some. And I told him that. You're going to turn it over some playing that way. I'm good with that. Just attack. Be in that mode. If they totally back off, shoot it. Play. I don't want to run a whole lot of plays. We've got good enough players.
How have you evolved since you got here, and how has it affected your program?
Probably the same. Oh, I've been my whole life. Did they beat that? That's what I've been told anyway.
What is a person or a coach?
If you watch me, would you say I'm more calm during the games than I've been? I don't think so. You know, as much as winning matters and championships and all that, at this stage of my career, the greatest day you have is you're in that green room. You're at the All-Star game. You're seeing, you were in those homes. You saw all that. And what happens is, the way this is played out, they drag us where we want to go. Our fans, the Big Blue Nation. As long as we keep looking after them, then they just drag us, and it's kind of been like when you make life about everybody else, it kind of gets easier. And this has gotten a little bit easier, even though it's, you know, we have our days. But I have a job that when I walk in a home, kids only know 3 years, folks. They don't know 10 years. They don't know 96, 98. They don't know 2005. They're barely remembering 2010. They remember 3 years. Their parents, on the other hand, remember the last 20 years. So we kind of got it good both ways, and it's a big advantage. But
John, you've been saying all year, it's November, I want us to look like a November team, not a March team. It's February 21st. When do they need to
do you
look
know
like
what we looked like last February 21st?
Yeah, I do.
We looked like it was November 1st. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
See, it's like everybody saying, you know, that we're this and that. It was just a year ago that we were on the cusp. And if we would have lost the opening game to LSU, we would not have been in the NCAA tournament. Oh, they can say, oh, you're just saying it. We wouldn't have been in. Gave them an excuse to keep us out. By winning those games and getting to the finals, and then we got a beautiful 8 seed. Then we turned around, but it was late February. We weren't very good. Now, last year at this time, we were practicing 3 hours a day. They got 1 day a week off only because I was forced by the rules to give them 1 day a week off. Now, we're going 2 days off a week, and the day before a game is 1 hour and 15, and the middle practice is 1 hour 45, and they're getting 2 days off. That's the difference. I trust them. I trust giving them time. I know they believe in one another. Couldn't do it last year. We started 5 freshmen. There's no way. And I had never practiced like that. We have coaches that do that. They practice 3.5 hours and late in the year, and they still win. That's fine. I've not done it that way. But last year I did. Last question.
John, Tony Neely told us that your home record here in Rutgers now 100 wins, 4 losses. How does that record strike you?
Who were the 4 losses, Jerry? Go ahead. You know them all. Take them. Take us out. Take us down. Who's coming to town? They know they can beat us. Who was the other one? Florida beat us. A&M beat us. A&M, the kid had 50. The stupid coach didn't double team him, and he got 50 on us. No, this is a hard place for an opponent to come and play. But please, I think every coach here that's coached here, his home record has been almost, if it's not been, I don't know what Coach Rupp's record is here, but I bet you if you looked at Coach Hall and Coach Pitino and you look at all their records were 80%, 90% here. I mean, this is a tough building to play. We've been fortunate. We've had really good players, but, we've been fortunate. That means I'm done.
Guys, Auburn's up next. We'll have